What if I told you that every night, when you lay your head on your pillow, you are not simply ending another day. You are stepping into the most powerful manifestation chamber known to humanity. While your body rests, your subconscious mind becomes a sacred workshop, a divine temple, where miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable. Take a breath and feel the truth of this. You are not entering ordinary sleep tonight. You are entering an appointment with Spirit, an appointment written in eternity, a sacred meeting where the gates of wealth swing open wide, and divine provision flows freely without a single obstruction. Have you ever experienced this? You went to bed worried about money, anxious about bills, unsure about tomorrow. Yet you woke up with an inexplicable sense of peace. Or you opened your inbox to find an unexpected opportunity waiting for you. This is not coincidence. This is spiritual law in motion. When your conscious mind finally quiets its endless chatter of fear and limitation, your subconscious mind becomes what I call the divine receiver. It is open, it is receptive, and it is perfectly aligned with the frequency of abundance that governs the entire universe. Most people think sleep is merely a biological necessity, a time for the body to recharge. But listen closely. Sleep is not just rest. It is your most sacred appointment with wealth itself. Not the kind of wealth that comes through grinding and striving, but the effortless abundance that flows when you align with spiritual law. Tonight, I am going to take you deeper. You will discover how ancient wisdom and modern science meet to unlock overnight manifestation. You will see how simple affirmations, spoken in faith and whispered into your subconscious as you sleep, can rewrite your financial destiny at its very core. This is about transforming not just your bank account, but your entire relationship with money, prosperity, and your divine worth. Understand this: your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. It only knows what it receives. And when your conscious mind steps aside in deep sleep, when your doubts are silenced and your spirit becomes still, your subconscious accepts every impression, every affirmation, every image of wealth as truth. In this sacred space, wealth consciousness is not learned, it is installed. Florence Scovel Shinn understood this over a century ago. She taught that your words are commands of spiritual law, and that your sleeping hours are holy hours of divine programming. While the world sleeps, your spirit is at work, calling forth supply, opening doors, and preparing your steps. I want you to stay with me until the end of this journey, because what I'm about to share has the power to transform not just your sleep, but your entire life. You are about to enter the sacred mechanics of overnight abundance, where every affirmation becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of infinite possibility. And I want you to remember something as you hear these words. You didn't stumble here by accident. This is a divine appointment. You were guided to this message because your soul is ready for this shift. Every delay you have experienced, every financial struggle you have endured, was preparing you for this moment of awakening. Spirit has not withheld anything from you. Your good is not far off in some distant future. It already exists in divine mind. It is already carrying your name. It is already vibrating toward you, waiting only for your recognition. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, as you allow my words to carry you into that deep and holy stillness, you will learn how to release worry and enter into a flow of abundance that has been waiting for you all along. We are about to step into the workshop of your subconscious mind and open the doors to a life of overflow. Now that you've settled into this moment, let me reveal a truth most people never discover in their lifetime. Beneath all the noise, beneath the bills and bank statements, beneath the fear of not enough, there flows what I call the golden river of prosperity. This river is not a metaphor, it is a spiritual reality, an eternal current of supply that has been flowing since before you were born, carrying every blessing, every opportunity, every resource you will ever need. Picture it now. Deep beneath the surface of your life, far below the worries that occupy your mind, this golden river is flowing without interruption. It is steady, abundant, and inexhaustible. It does not dry up in times of scarcity. It does not shrink because of the economy. It has not once slowed down because of your fear. This river is divine supply in motion. It has been there since the moment you took your first breath, waiting for your recognition. Yet most people live their entire lives unaware of it. They walk on dry ground, convinced they must struggle and strive, while just beneath their feet, a current of infinite wealth is waiting for their faith to unlock it. I want you to see something tonight. When you close your eyes and surrender to the quiet, this river begins to rise. It begins to surface into your awareness, and you start to realize abundance is not something you create, chase, or beg for. It is something you awaken to. Sleep is one of the most powerful times to awaken to this truth. While your conscious mind rests, your subconscious is free to connect with this flow. It is drawn naturally to the frequency of wealth, like a compass finding true north. That's why so many people wake up with sudden clarity, inspired ideas, or unexpected peace. It is because their spirit was drinking from this golden river while they slept. Florence Scovel Shinn understood this mystery well. She often spoke of a hidden pattern, a divine design, that governs our supply. She taught that when we align our thoughts and words with spiritual law, this pattern reveals itself. She knew that faith is the key that opens the gates to this river. And tonight, as you listen to these words, you are aligning yourself with that same pattern. The very act of hearing these truths is softening your resistance, clearing the mental clutter, and allowing the current of abundance to flow freely into your life. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of this river now. See its waters shimmering with golden light. Hear its steady, rushing sound. This river carries solutions you've been praying for. It carries financial breakthroughs, creative inspiration, divine ideas, and blessings beyond your understanding. The only thing that has kept you from it is the illusion of separation. Scarcity has no power here. Fear has no voice. Lack is nothing more than a shadow, and shadows disappear when light shines upon them. Tonight, we are shining light on every shadow of fear and replacing it with truth. I want you to breathe deeply and allow this vision to sink in. You are not standing outside the gates of provision. You are already in the flow. The river of wealth is not out there, waiting for some distant future moment. It is within you, flowing through your very consciousness, responding to your faith. In the stillness of your sleep, this river becomes more accessible than ever. Your mind, free from its constant worrying, becomes like a sponge, absorbing divine truth. Each affirmation you hear tonight plants seeds in this fertile soil. Each word of truth you receive strengthens your connection to this current. Spirit does not operate through struggle. It operates through harmony. Just as rivers carve valleys and nourish lands without effort, abundance is meant to flow effortlessly in your life. It does not need your stress or striving. It only needs your recognition. Right now, I want you to declare in your heart, I step into the river of abundance. I trust its flow. I know my supply is endless and already mine by divine right. Feel the power of that declaration. Let it echo through your being. This is not a prayer of desperation. It is a statement of truth. Florence Scovel Shinn taught, nothing stands between man and his highest ideals and every desire of his heart but doubt and fear. Tonight, we release doubt, we release fear, and we step into this river fully, knowing we are supported, guided, and provided for. As you drift deeper into relaxation, imagine this river washing away old beliefs, those tired thoughts of limitation, those inherited fears about money, those heavy emotions that have weighed you down. See them dissolve into the current, carried away forever. Now picture yourself being carried by this river. No more striving, no more paddling against the current. You are being carried by divine intelligence itself, and it knows exactly where you need to go. This is the secret the wealthy understand, whether they realize it or not. They are not forcing wealth, they are aligning with a flow that already exists. Tonight, you are learning to do the same. And as you rest, this golden current is already rearranging your reality, drawing to you opportunities, relationships, and resources in perfect timing. Breathe deeply, relax fully. You are safe in the river of abundance. It has always been flowing, and it will never stop. Close your eyes now and see yourself being carried gently by that golden river of abundance we spoke of. It moves effortlessly, without force, without struggle. And as you drift deeper into this vision, you notice something extraordinary appearing ahead of you, a great and radiant doorway, unlike anything you have ever seen. This is not a door built by human hands. This is the celestial doorway of supply, a threshold between the world you have known and the realm of divine provision that has been waiting for you all along. It glows with a light that is alive, golden, pure, and warm, radiating a presence that feels both majestic and deeply personal. You sense it knows you. It has been waiting for this very moment, for you to step forward in faith and claim what has always been yours. You pause for a moment, breathing deeply, letting this vision settle in your spirit. You feel the warmth of this light on your face, on your hands, on your heart. And something deep within you whispers, "This is your time." A Florence Scovel Shin often said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals but doubt and fear." And here, before this door, you realize how true that is. For years, you may have believed that money was hard to come by, that success was for other people, that your dreams were too bold. You may have carried guilt over wanting more or shame over not having enough. These thoughts are illusions, and tonight, they dissolve like mist in the light of this doorway. Spirit is inviting you to see abundance not as something you chase, but as a divine inheritance already written in your soul. This doorway is proof. You were never locked out of your own good. You only needed the faith to step forward. Take a slow breath now and imagine yourself walking closer. As you approach, the details become clearer. The door is adorned with jewels, each one representing a blessing that has been prepared for you: health, joy, purpose, financial freedom, spiritual peace. The entire frame is alive with energy. It hums softly, like the rhythm of creation itself. You raise your hand to touch it. The moment your fingertips graze its surface, a warmth flows through your entire being, washing over you like liquid light. This is the love of spirit embracing you, reminding you that you are chosen, beloved, and supported. Behind this doorway lies the life you were meant to live, not a life of striving, fear, or lack, but a life of overflowing abundance. And as you stand there, Florence's timeless words echo in your heart. Your supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate. The doors of supply swing wide open in divine timing. This is that moment. The door begins to move. Slowly, effortlessly, it swings open with a sound like a gentle breeze, and beyond it, you see a sight so beautiful it takes your breath away. There are golden fields stretching into eternity, shimmering rivers of light, and pathways lined with opportunities waiting for you to step into them. It feels like home. It feels like destiny. But more than that, you feel a knowing. This isn't a fantasy or a dream. This is truth. This is the reality that has always existed in spirit. The world you've known, with its struggles and limitations, was only a shadow of this greater truth. And tonight, as you sleep, this truth is imprinting itself on your subconscious, rewriting your inner blueprint for wealth and success. Now imagine stepping through this doorway. As you cross the threshold, you feel something lift off you, old fears, doubts, and limitations falling away like heavy garments you no longer need. You are lighter now, you are free. In this sacred space, your thoughts are powerful, your words are law, and your faith is the key that unlocks every blessing. Florence Scovel Shin taught that faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. In this realm, you don't have to convince spirit of your worthiness. You only have to recognize that your good is already finished in divine mind. Take a deep breath and say silently to yourself, "I receive all that is mine by divine right. It comes to me now, under grace, in perfect ways." Feel the power of those words vibrating through your entire being. Your subconscious mind is receiving this truth like fertile soil receiving precious seeds. As you walk deeper into this vision, you notice something remarkable. Doors upon doors lining a grand hallway, each one glowing softly, waiting to be opened. Some are marked health, some wealth, some relationships, and others purpose, joy, creativity, peace. You realize that abundance is not just financial, it touches every area of your life. Spirit does not want you to merely survive. Spirit wants you to thrive, to live fully, to express your divine nature in every detail of your existence. Pause now and rest in this awareness. Breathe deeply, slowly, letting this truth anchor itself in your heart. There is no limit to the supply available to you. There is no shortage in divine mind. The universe is not stingy or selective. It is generous beyond comprehension, and that generosity flows toward you now. Florence wrote, "Man cannot force anything to manifest. He can only impress upon his subconscious mind that which he desires, and it will be made manifest in his life." That's exactly what you are doing tonight. You are impressing this truth deeply into your subconscious. You are saying goodbye to the old mental patterns of lack and limitation, and you are embracing the reality that abundance is your natural state. Picture yourself now standing in front of one of those glowing doors marked wealth. As you place your hand upon it, you feel that same warmth radiating through you. You speak quietly but firmly, "Infinite Spirit, open the way for my wealth. Let it come to me easily and effortlessly, in perfect ways, under grace." The door opens, and what you see is breathtaking rivers of gold flowing endlessly, treasure chests filled not just with money, but with opportunities, connections, and blessings beyond measure. It feels like stepping into a room designed specifically for you, with everything you have ever needed waiting patiently for your arrival. Take a moment to walk through this vision. Let yourself see the details clearly. See yourself with the resources you desire, not as a distant goal, but as a present reality. See yourself living with ease, giving generously, blessing others, and walking in joy. This vision is not fantasy. It is spirit showing you a glimpse of what is already yours. The key is faith. Florence Scovel Shinn often said, "Faith is expectancy." You must expect your good before you receive it. Tonight, as you sleep, your subconscious is being trained to expect abundance, to see wealth not as a possibility but as a certainty. Now imagine turning to another door, this one marked peace. As you open it, a wave of serenity washes over you. You see yourself free from worry and fear, resting in the truth that spirit handles all things perfectly. You realize that peace is wealth. Joy is wealth. Health is wealth. Money is only one form of this abundance, and tonight, you are claiming all of it. Breathe deeply and rest in this awareness. You are not outside the flow of good. You are standing in the center of it. The same power that created worlds is working through you and for you. As you take in this vision, you feel a deep shift happening in your spirit. Old beliefs are dissolving. Scarcity is losing its grip. And something new is taking root: confidence, faith, and a knowing that nothing can stand between you and your good. Pause here and declare silently, "I am aligned with divine supply. Every door I need is opening now. Every obstacle is dissolving now. My wealth, health, and happiness are assured by divine law." As these words echo through your mind, feel yourself becoming lighter. Feel yourself walking confidently through these celestial doors, fully aware that this vision is already unfolding in your life. The universe is not distant, it is responding to your faith now. This is your turning point. Tonight, your subconscious mind is absorbing this truth like a seed planted in perfect soil. This doorway you've stepped through is not imaginary. It is the spiritual reality that will soon express itself in your physical world. Rest in this vision as you prepare for deeper revelation. You are no longer a seeker of abundance. You are a receiver. You are a magnet. And tonight, you are walking boldly through every door spirit has prepared for you. You have walked through the celestial doorway now. You have seen the rivers of gold, the treasures prepared for you, the doors of peace and wealth and joy standing open. And as you take another slow, deep breath, the vision begins to shift. The radiant doorway fades behind you, and you now find yourself standing in a vast and beautiful garden. This is no ordinary garden. This is the inner garden of your soul, a sacred space cultivated by divine intelligence itself. Everything here represents the thoughts, beliefs, and words that have taken root in your subconscious mind. And tonight, under the soft silver glow of divine moonlight, this garden is being transformed. Look around you. You see pathways lined with luminous flowers, their petals glowing gently in the moonlight. You hear the soft whisper of a breeze moving through trees heavy with fruit. Each tree represents blessings already ripening in your life. Opportunities, health, wealth, relationships, creativity. Some fruits are ready to be picked, and others are still growing, hidden under leaves, preparing in divine timing. The atmosphere in this garden is pure peace. You feel safe here, deeply loved and completely cared for. There is no rush, no pressure, no striving. Everything in this space operates according to perfect spiritual law. Just as a tree does not struggle to bear fruit, but produces naturally in its season, so too are your blessings growing here without effort. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "There is a supply for every demand. Faith brings it into visibility." This garden is proof of that truth. Every good thing you have ever desired exists here, waiting to be brought into physical form. And as you stand in this sacred space tonight, you realize you are not alone. Look closely now. You see gentle figures moving through this garden. They are not human gardeners, but angelic helpers. Divine messengers of spirit. They move gracefully, almost as if they glide, tending to every detail of this place. They are planting seeds of truth, watering them with faith, and removing weeds of fear and doubt. Watch as one of them kneels by a small plant, a tender shoot that represents a dream you've recently dared to believe in. The angel touches the soil, and instantly the plant grows taller, stronger, glowing with divine vitality. Another angel walks by a tree that seems to have stopped bearing fruit. With a simple wave of light, the tree bursts with blossoms, promising a new season of abundance. You realize something profound. Spirit has been tending this garden your entire life, even when you were unaware. Your prayers, your affirmations, your faith-filled words have been planting seeds here. And tonight, in this deep and restful sleep, your subconscious is opening fully to receive divine care. The weeds of fear and limitation are being removed at their roots. The plants of hope and faith are being nourished like never before. Pause and breathe deeply. Let this truth settle in. You do not have to force your blessings to grow. You do not have to strive, beg, or plead. Your only task is to keep your heart open, to speak truth, and to trust the perfect timing of spirit. Just as a seed contains the blueprint for a mighty tree, so too does your subconscious already carry the blueprint for your abundance. Florence said, "A man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." In this moment, see yourself as already prosperous, already healthy, already joyful. Imagine this garden flourishing because of your faith, expanding with every positive word you speak, glowing brighter with every affirmation of truth. Now imagine walking along one of the paths. The moonlight grows brighter with every step, illuminating everything it touches. You notice a patch of ground ahead that looks dry and barren. For a moment, you feel a pang of sadness. This represents an area of your life where you felt lack or delay. Perhaps it's a financial goal that seems far away, or a relationship that hasn't yet manifested, or a dream you've put aside. But then, one of the angelic gardeners appears, carrying a glowing golden watering vessel. They pour light upon the soil, and immediately it transforms. What was once dry begins to sparkle with moisture. Green shoots emerge instantly, blooming into vibrant flowers that fill the air with fragrance. You realize this barren space was never truly dead. It was simply waiting for divine timing and your faith to activate its growth. Take a moment to kneel in this space and place your hand on the ground. Feel the warmth rising from it, the hum of life ready to burst forth. Say silently, "I bless this area of my life. I release doubt, and I trust Spirit's timing. All things are working together for my good." As you speak these words, more angels appear, tending to other areas of your garden. They are working tirelessly to ensure every part of your life flourishes. Health, wealth, creativity, relationships, opportunities. Nothing is left untouched. The divine gardeners are reordering everything according to perfect law. You continue walking, and you come upon a magnificent fountain at the center of the garden. Its waters glow with golden light, and as you step closer, you see that it is fed directly from the same golden river of prosperity we spoke of earlier. The river flows underground, feeding this fountain, and from here, its waters spread through every part of your inner garden. This fountain represents your direct connection to Spirit, the source of all supply. You realize now that you are never cut off from your good, no matter how things may appear. The fountain flows endlessly, just as Spirit's provision flows endlessly into your life. Florence Scovel Shinn often said, "When man knows there is a supply for every demand, and that every right desire is already on its way, he will feel as though he already has it." Standing before this fountain, you feel that truth deeply. You know that your blessings are not on the way. They already exist, and they are being delivered to you in divine order. Reach out now and place your hand in the water. Feel its warmth and power flowing through you. Imagine that as you do, every cell of your body is being filled with faith, peace, and certainty. Your mind is being rewired to expect only good. Your subconscious is drinking deeply from this fountain, washing away old patterns of lack and replacing them with unshakable confidence in divine supply. Now, take a seat on a bench nearby and rest in this vision. The moonlight above is brighter now, casting a gentle glow over the entire garden. You see angels moving gracefully through the paths, tending to every detail with love and care. You watch as they plant seeds of new opportunities, prune away branches of fear, and whisper affirmations into the air that echo softly in your mind. Listen closely, and you'll hear their words. You are provided for. You are loved. You are abundant. Everything you need is already prepared. Let those words sink deep into your spirit. Feel your shoulders relax, your breath deepen, and your entire being settle into a state of trust. This is what true manifestation feels like. Not strain, not force, but a gentle alignment with divine rhythm. Just as the seasons unfold perfectly, so too will your blessings manifest in the perfect moment. The garden reminds you that Spirit is always working behind the scenes, even when you see no evidence yet. As you close your eyes in this vision, imagine every corner of your inner garden glowing brighter. Imagine every seed planted in faith beginning to sprout. Picture your subconscious mind as fertile soil, ready to receive every good word, every truth, every affirmation. Say silently to yourself, "I am the keeper of this garden, and Spirit is the gardener. I release fear. I release doubt. I allow divine abundance to flourish in every part of my life." Stay with this feeling for a moment. Breathe deeply and see golden light pouring from the fountain into every path, every plant, every tree. Watch as the moonlight becomes brighter, representing the illumination of Spirit's truth in your life. You realize that this is not just a visualization. This is a spiritual reality. This is the garden of your mind, and tonight, through faith, it is being transformed. Old beliefs are being uprooted. New truths are being planted. And soon, these inner changes will manifest as visible blessings in your life. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "Your word is your wand. The words you speak create your world." This garden shows you the results of your words, your thoughts, your prayers. And now, with Spirit as your gardener, you are speaking life over every seed, calling forth your good from the unseen into the seen. Sit here for a while, resting in the peace of this truth. The angels continue their work silently. The fountain continues to flow endlessly, and above you, the divine moonlight shines, reminding you that Spirit is always watching over you, always guiding you, always bringing you closer to the fullness of your destiny. Breathe deeply and let this image settle in your subconscious. You are no longer a prisoner of fear or limitation. You are a co-creator with Spirit, and your garden is flourishing even now. When you wake tomorrow, you may not see all the results yet, but something deep within you will know. The work has been done, the seeds have been planted, and your harvest is assured. You have walked through the celestial doorway. You have wandered the garden under divine moonlight. And now, Spirit leads you even deeper, to the very heart of this heavenly realm. You follow a path lined with glowing stones, and with every step, the air feels lighter, charged with holiness. Ahead of you, there is a radiant light unlike any you have seen, a light that doesn't just shine, but seems to call to you by name. This is not just a place of beauty. This is the holy throne of infinite Spirit, the seat of all wisdom, the source of all abundance, the dwelling place of pure divine power. As you approach, you notice the path widening into a vast chamber. The ground beneath your feet is smooth, shining as if it were crystal, and above you stretches a sky so full of stars. It feels as if all of heaven has gathered to witness your arrival. You can feel their silent encouragement, a reminder that you have never been alone, not for one moment. At the center of this chamber stands the throne, a structure of indescribable majesty, glowing with a golden light that radiates waves of love. It is not intimidating but inviting, like a father's open arms or a mother's warm embrace. The very sight of it makes tears come to your eyes, not of fear, but of relief, as if your soul has found its true home. Take a breath and pause here. This is the place you've been seeking all your life, whether you knew it or not. The throne of infinite spirit is not far away in some unreachable heaven. It has always been within you, waiting for you to enter boldly and sit in the presence of the divine. Florence Scovel Shin taught, there is a place that you can go, deep within, where nothing and no one can touch you. This is the secret place of the Most High. This throne is that place. Here, lack does not exist. Fear has no voice. Here, every question is answered, every burden lifted, every desire already fulfilled. You feel a gentle invitation to step closer. As you walk forward, you feel the heaviness of your earthly struggles fall away. Old beliefs, painful memories, and fears that clung to you for years drop to the ground like old garments, and you step forward lighter, freer, stronger. When you reach the throne, you notice something extraordinary. There is a chair at its foot, a seat that has been waiting for you. Your name is engraved upon it. Not the name the world calls you, but the true name Spirit has known since before you were born. The name that carries your divine purpose and infinite worth. Take your seat now. As you sit before the throne, waves of peace pour over you like warm sunlight. It feels as if the entire universe is resting its blessing upon your shoulders. This is where heaven and earth meet, where Spirit speaks directly to your soul. Close your eyes and listen. You hear no words at first, only a soft hum, the sound of the universe in perfect harmony. The longer you listen, the more you realize this hum is not outside you, it is inside you. It is the vibration of your own spirit, perfectly aligned with the divine. And then, slowly, words begin to form, not in a human voice, but as a knowing that echoes through every fiber of your being. You are mine, you are safe, you are supplied, you are loved. Breathe those words in as if they were air. Let them wash over you, let them sink deep into your subconscious. Feel your heart soften, your body relax, and your mind grow still. This is truth. You were never meant to carry the burdens you've been carrying. Spirit has always been the source of your supply, and here, before the throne, you finally remember, Florence said. When man aligns with the law of God, nothing can be withheld from him. Sitting here, you feel that law working through you now. Every wall, every obstacle, every locked door in your life begins to dissolve. Spirit is not withholding anything. It is only your faith, your expectancy, your alignment that unlocks what has been waiting for you all along. Take a deep breath, and with your eyes still closed, imagine placing every burden you've been carrying at the foot of this throne. Picture yourself gathering up every fear, every worry, every debt, every thought of lack or limitation. See yourself carrying them in your arms, heavy at first, and then, one by one, laying them down before Spirit. You do not need to explain them, justify them, or fix them. You simply release them, saying silently, I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. As you say these words, something miraculous happens. A flame of golden light appears at the base of the throne, and every burden you've laid down is consumed in this holy fire. Not destroyed, but transformed. Each debt becomes an opportunity for increase. Each worry becomes a stepping stone to peace. Each obstacle becomes a bridge to your blessing. You feel lighter with every release, and as your arms become empty, something beautiful begins to happen. They are filled with gifts. Spirit places in your hands blessings that have been waiting for you. Wisdom, strength, provision, and ideas divinely inspired to carry you forward. Pause for a moment and feel this shift. You are no longer begging or striving. You are receiving. You are seated in your rightful place as a child of Spirit, a co-creator with God. Now imagine the throne glowing brighter, filling the entire chamber with light. This is the light of divine truth. It reveals the reality that has always been, that lack is an illusion, that abundance is your birthright, and that nothing and no one can separate you from the love and provision of Spirit. You feel your subconscious mind drinking this truth like water. Old programming is dissolving, old fears are evaporating, and a new blueprint of abundance is being written into your very soul. Florence wrote, "Change your thoughts, and in doing so, you change your destiny." That is what is happening right now. As you sit before the throne, your destiny is being rewritten. See yourself now lifting your head and meeting the gaze of infinite spirit. It feels like looking into the heart of eternity. Endless wisdom, endless power, endless love. Spirit speaks again, not in words, but in a deep knowing that reverberates through you. All that is mine is yours. All that belongs to me belongs to you. You are heir to the kingdom, and the kingdom is within you. These words settle into your spirit with absolute authority. You are not separate from abundance. You are abundance, because you are one with the source of all things. Take another deep breath and let yourself rest in this truth. Here, in this sacred place, you don't have to struggle for your good. You don't have to chase opportunities. You don't have to prove your worth. Spirit has already declared you worthy, already prepared the way, already filled your storehouses. Florence often said, "Faith without fear is the key to every door." Picture yourself holding that key now. It is glowing in your hand, and it opens not just one door, but every door you could ever need. With this key, you walk boldly into your destiny. With this key, you access wealth, wisdom, health, joy, and peace. With this key, you align with the divine plan for your life, a plan that is perfect, loving, and overflowing with provision. Now imagine Spirit rising from the throne, standing before you with outstretched hands. In one hand is a crown of light, in the other, a robe of glory. Spirit places the crown upon your head, and instantly, your mind is filled with divine wisdom. Spirit wraps the robe around your shoulders, and you feel a warmth, a power, and a dignity that you may have forgotten but now remember. You are royalty in the kingdom of God. The throne room is now filled with angelic music, a sound that is not played by instruments, but sung by the very vibration of creation itself. The stars above shine brighter, and you feel as if heaven itself is celebrating your awakening. Pause and absorb this moment. You are seated in heavenly places. You are clothed in glory. You are crowned with wisdom. You are empowered to speak words of truth that carry the authority of Spirit itself. Take a deep breath and silently repeat after me. I am one with infinite Spirit. I am a child of God. I am rich, I am strong, I am fearless. I walk in divine supply and nothing is withheld from me. My good comes to me now under grace, in perfect ways. Let these words echo within you. See them written in golden letters across the walls of this throne room. Feel them etching themselves into your subconscious mind, rewriting your inner beliefs forever. Here, there is no doubt, no fear, no uncertainty. There is only truth. And that truth is that Spirit has already prepared every blessing you desire, already orchestrated every connection, already provided for every need. Your only task is to believe, to receive, and to walk boldly in faith. Florence said, "Your word is your wand. From this throne, your words carry power. Speak life over your finances. Speak health over your body. Speak peace over your home. Every word you speak in alignment with Spirit becomes law, and Spirit backs every decree with divine authority." Pause again and let this truth settle deeply. You are not asking for blessings. You are authorizing them. You are not hoping for provision. You are activating it. And as you sit here tonight, the gates of divine supply are swinging open wider than ever before. Take one more deep breath and look around this chamber one last time. The light has grown even brighter, filling every corner with warmth and peace. The throne is not just in this vision, it is within you. You can return here anytime you choose, for this is your place of power. As you rise from your seat and prepare to leave the throne room, you feel transformed. Your steps are lighter, your heart is steadier, and your spirit is filled with unshakable confidence. You know now that the same Spirit who created galaxies lives within you, guiding every decision, opening every door, and pouring out blessings in perfect ways. You turn back for a moment and see the throne glowing even brighter, as if to say, "Remember, I am always here. You are always welcome." With this assurance, you step out of the throne room, carrying its power, its peace, and its promise with you. Tonight, as you sleep, this vision will continue to work in your subconscious, rewriting every limiting belief and filling your soul with divine truth. You will wake tomorrow not only renewed but transformed. For you have seen the throne of infinite spirit, and nothing will ever be the same again. You step out of the throne room, carrying its glory, its peace, and its power with you. But as you walk, Spirit begins to show you something important. To fully enter into this life of abundance, you must first let go. Release is not a suggestion, it is a spiritual law. Florence Scovel Shinn called it the perfect law of release, and it is one of the most powerful secrets of manifestation. Release is not loss. Release is not weakness. Release is power. For when you let go, you make space for God to work in ways your mind could never imagine. Pause and take a breath here. Feel the Spirit's presence as you listen to these words. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. This is not just a verse. It is an invitation. Spirit is asking you to put down every heavy thing you've been carrying, every worry you've been rehearsing, every story of lack you've been telling yourself. For as long as you clutch them tightly, your hands are too full to receive your blessings. Imagine yourself now standing in a quiet meadow. The air is crisp, the sky painted in hues of twilight purple and gold. Before you stands a large wooden chest, old, sturdy, and wide open. This is your chest of release. Spirit invites you to take everything weighing on your heart and place it here, one by one. Start with your fears. Picture them in your mind. Every fear about your finances, your family, your health, your future. See them as objects you can hold in your hands. Feel their weight. And now, slowly, gently, place them in the chest. Hear the sound as they land at the bottom. Let them go. Take a deep breath. Do you feel lighter? Spirit whispers, you do not have to carry this anymore. Now, gather up your regrets. All the moments you've replayed in your mind, all the what-ifs and if-onlys that haunt your nights. Pick them up and put them in the chest. They are no longer yours to hold. The past is done. Spirit is ready to transform those regrets into wisdom, those mistakes into stepping stones. Next, place your debts, your bills, your obligations into the chest. See each envelope, each number, each looming due date, and put it down. For Florence said, fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good. By releasing these fears, you are choosing faith in Spirit's provision. Finally, place your self-doubt in the chest. Every thought that says, I'm not worthy. Every whisper that tells you, I'm not ready. Every voice of limitation, release them. Spirit is your worthiness. Spirit is your readiness. Spirit is your provision. You no longer have to earn love or abundance. You only have to receive it. As you place the last burden into the chest, imagine closing the lid. A golden light appears, sealing it shut. And then, in a miraculous flash, the entire chest lifts off the ground and vanishes into the heavens, carried away by angels. You will never see these burdens again, because they have been given to Spirit, and what you give to Spirit is always transformed. Take another deep breath and feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. Your back is straight, your heart is open, your hands are free. For the first time in a long time you feel light, truly light. Florence wrote, when man knows his own powers, and that every man is a golden link in the chain of his good, he is not afraid of losing anything. This is the secret. What is truly yours cannot be lost. What belongs to you by divine right will always return, often multiplied. So why hold so tightly to burdens, relationships, or fears that were never yours to carry? Release is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of trust. When you release, you are saying, Spirit, I trust you more than I trust my own limited understanding. And in that trust, you open the door for miracles. Pause here and let this truth sink in. Picture your life as a beautiful garden. For years, you've been planting seeds of desire, dreams of financial freedom, perfect health, loving relationships, and joyful purpose. But if your hands are full of weeds, fear, guilt, doubt, and control, you cannot tend to your dreams. Release is like clearing those weeds. You don't have to know how the garden will grow. You only need to clear the soil and trust that Spirit will send the rain and sunshine at the perfect time. Florence taught a powerful prayer for release. I cast every burden on the Christ within and I go free. Say it now, silently in your mind. Again. Let it become your new rhythm. I cast every burden on the Christ within and I go free. With every repetition, feel yourself becoming lighter, freer, and more open to receive. Now, Spirit shows you something extraordinary. As you release, you notice a stream of golden light flowing toward you, carrying gifts you could not have imagined. Where there was once fear, there is now peace. Where there was lack, there is now provision. Where there was confusion, there is now clarity. Spirit fills every space you have cleared with blessings beyond your comprehension. Florence said, nothing stands between man and his highest good, but his own doubt and fear. This is why release is so powerful. It is the act of removing that doubt and fear, making room for Spirit's perfect plan to manifest. Imagine yourself now standing under a waterfall of pure light. This light washes over you, cleansing every cell, every thought, every memory. It washes away worry. It dissolves anxiety. It lifts shame and guilt until there is nothing left but joy, peace, and faith. You begin to see your life differently. That burden you thought you had to carry, it was never yours. That fear that kept you awake at night, it was only a shadow. That limitation that seemed so real, it was an illusion. Spirit's truth is this: you are already free. Take a deep breath. Whisper to yourself, I am free. I am light. I am safe. I am provided for. Let those words echo through you like a song. Now Spirit invites you to visualize one more thing. Picture yourself standing at a river. The water flows endlessly, clear and sparkling. In your hands, you hold a bundle of papers. Each one represents a worry, a debt, a fear, a regret. One by one, begin to drop them into the river. Watch as the current carries them away. Feel the relief as each burden disappears downstream, never to return. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to fix them. Spirit is already working on every situation. You are free. Pause here for a moment of silence. Allow this image to settle deeply into your subconscious mind. Tonight as you sleep, this truth will be imprinted upon your soul. You do not need to carry what Spirit is already handling. Now imagine Spirit speaking gently to your heart. Beloved, you are safe. You are guided. You are loved beyond measure. I have already prepared every blessing for you. Your part is to trust, to release, and to allow me to work. Let these words wash over you. Feel them rewriting your beliefs at the deepest level. You no longer need to hustle, stress, or strive. You no longer need to carry fear like armor. Spirit is your safety. Spirit is your supply. Spirit is your peace. You feel yourself smiling now, perhaps even laughing softly at how heavy those burdens felt, and yet how light they truly were in the presence of Spirit. Florence said, man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. Tonight you see yourself not as burdened but as free. Not as struggling, but as carried. Not as a beggar, but as a beloved child of God. This shift changes everything. As you go to sleep tonight, your subconscious will no longer replay the same cycles of fear and limitation. It will instead meditate on this truth: you are safe, you are supported, and every need is already met. Take a deep breath and whisper, it is done, it is done, it is done. Now see yourself walking away from that meadow, that chest, that river. But this time you are lighter. Your hands are open. Your heart is open. And as you look around, you see opportunities beginning to sprout like flowers along your path. Spirit is moving swiftly now, bringing everything you need. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. You only have to walk forward in peace, knowing that your good is already here. The perfect law of release is at work in your life now. Trust it. Rest in it. And know that tonight, as you sleep, this law is rearranging circumstances, moving mountains, and clearing the way for blessings you could not have planned. You are free. You are loved. You are abundant. And nothing can change that truth. You've placed every burden on the altar. You've surrendered the heavy loads that once bent your shoulders low. You've released fear, shame, regret, and now, something extraordinary begins to happen. In the stillness of your spirit, you feel movement behind you, a stirring, a gentle pressure, like the brush of wind against your back. Slowly, gracefully, you begin to sense something magnificent unfolding the wings of abundance. They have been here all along, hidden and folded beneath the weight of your burdens, unable to stretch to their full span because you were carrying what Spirit never intended you to bear. But now that you have released it all, these radiant wings are free to open. Take a slow, deep breath and see them clearly in your mind's eye. They are golden, shimmering with divine light, each feather glowing like liquid sunlight. As they spread wider, you feel lighter, lifted, almost buoyant. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "The invisible forces are ever working for man, who is always pulling the strings himself, though he does not know it." These wings are one of those forces. They represent your spiritual power, your divine inheritance, and the unseen law of spirit that lifts you above the limitations of the material world. As the wings continue to unfold, imagine yourself being gently lifted off the ground. You are weightless, free, rising effortlessly into the sky. Below you, you see the landscape of your old life, the worries, the struggles, the patterns of lack and limitation. But from this higher perspective, you see them for what they truly are: illusions. They were shadows, not substance. They were smoke screens, not reality. Spirit's truth is the only truth, and from this height, you finally see clearly. Take another deep breath and let yourself rise higher. The air is warm and filled with golden light. You are soaring now, supported completely by Spirit, and you realize you are not climbing a ladder of success or clawing your way up a mountain of struggle. You are being lifted. This is not effort. This is grace. Florence said, "Man's word is his wand filled with magic and power." From this elevated place, your words carry even more authority. You understand now that every decree you speak echoes through the spiritual realm like a bell ringing across the universe. Your voice has weight here, not the weight of worry, but the weight of divine truth. As you soar higher, you notice something breathtaking. The higher you rise, the more clearly you see Spirit's perfect plan for your life. Situations that seemed confusing from ground level now make sense. Delays that frustrated you reveal themselves as divine timing. Doors that once felt closed show hidden pathways you couldn't see before. Pause here and take this in. Spirit is not withholding anything from you. Spirit has been positioning you, preparing you, aligning everything in your life so that when you receive your blessings, you will be ready to handle them with wisdom and joy. Your wings shimmer brighter as you lean into this truth. You are not struggling anymore. You are gliding, moving with the wind of Spirit beneath you. This wind is the breath of God, the same breath that spoke galaxies into existence, the same breath that carries divine supply to every living creature. And now it carries you. As you float higher, you hear a gentle voice within say, "This is who you have always been." You were born to soar. You were created to live in freedom. You were never meant to crawl through life weighed down by fear. You are a child of the King, and these wings are your birthright. Let these words settle deep within you. Feel them rewriting every lie that told you were small, unworthy, or forgotten. Spirit has never forgotten you. Spirit has been waiting for this very moment, for you to rise and claim your true identity. Now, imagine looking down at your life again. See every circumstance you once thought of as a problem or obstacle. From this elevated view, they are no longer mountains blocking your path. They are stepping stones, each one designed to lead you to this moment of spiritual clarity. Florence said, "Man's supply is inexhaustible and unfailing when fully trusted." From this height, you feel that truth in your bones. You realize that the universe is not stingy. There is no shortage of wealth, no lack of opportunity, no scarcity of love or resources. Lack was always an illusion, a fog that cleared the moment you rose high enough to see from Spirit's perspective. Take a deep breath and feel yourself flying over a vast golden river. It stretches endlessly in every direction, sparkling like molten sunlight. This is the river of divine supply. It has always been here, flowing freely, waiting for you to dip your cup and drink. From this vantage point, you understand that abundance is not something you create or attract. It is something you align with. The river has never stopped flowing. You simply had to rise above fear and limitation to see it. Now, Spirit invites you to do something powerful. Stretch your wings wide and hover above this golden river. See it shimmering below, flowing with opportunities, blessings, and miracles. Imagine yourself dipping one wing into the water, and as you do, feel a surge of divine energy rushing through your entire being. This is the supply of Spirit, and it is endless. Repeat softly, I am connected to the infinite source of supply. My wings carry me into abundance. Stay here for a moment, hovering over the river, absorbing its power. You feel your wings growing stronger, your confidence building, your faith becoming unshakable. Now, Spirit whispers again, you are meant to live above fear. You are meant to walk on air, to soar on the wind of faith. Every limitation is falling away now. You are rising into your rightful place. Let yourself feel that truth fully. Notice how your breath has slowed, how your heart feels lighter, how your mind feels clear. You are no longer entangled in the noise and chaos of the world. You are resting in divine flow. Florence taught, fear and impatience demagnetize. Faith and thankfulness magnetize. From this elevated perspective, you choose faith. You choose gratitude. You choose to believe that everything you need is already here, that every prayer has already been answered, that every dream is already complete in divine mind. As you glide through the skies of Spirit, your wings begin to sparkle even more brilliantly. You realize now that these wings are not just symbols. They are spiritual reality. They represent your ability to rise above appearances, to move with divine timing, to see from Spirit's perspective. Below you, you see other people still struggling, weighed down by fear and worry. But instead of judging them, you send them blessings from this elevated place. You speak silently. I see you rising. I see you free. I see you blessed. Your words ripple through the spiritual realm, and you watch as their burdens begin to lighten too. This is the power of your wings. They not only lift you, but they create uplift for others. Spirit shows you that as you rise, you become a beacon, a source of inspiration for those around you. Your very presence begins to change the atmosphere in your home, your work, your relationships. People will feel peace around you and not know why. They will sense abundance in you and want to rise higher themselves. Pause here and feel the truth of this. You are no longer just a receiver of blessings. You are a transmitter of divine abundance. Everywhere you go, you will carry this energy, this faith, this light. Your wings are your ministry. Now, imagine flying higher, until you reach a brilliant white cloud glowing with divine light. This is a sacred resting place, a place where you can land and simply soak in Spirit's presence. As you gently land on this cloud, your wings fold gracefully behind you, but you know they are always ready to carry you again. You sit in stillness now, feeling waves of peace washing over you. You hear Spirit's voice again, my beloved child, you are safe, you are free, you are richly supplied. I have given you wings so that you will never again feel trapped by circumstances. Rise above appearances. Trust in me. I have already prepared your way. Let those words echo within you. Feel every cell of your body responding, every doubt dissolving, every fear melting away. You are no longer bound by the rules of limitation. You are soaring with Spirit. Take a deep breath and whisper, I rise on wings of abundance. I am free. I am blessed. I am lifted. Repeat it again and again. Let it become your anthem. Stay in this place of peace as long as you need. Feel the strength of your wings, the gentleness of the cloud beneath you, the radiant light surrounding you. You are completely safe, completely loved, completely provided for. From this day forward, whenever fear tries to return, you will remember this moment. You will remember that you are not earthbound. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a spiritual being, and you were created to soar. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, man can only be enslaved by his own thoughts. But tonight, those thoughts have been transformed. You have risen above them. You are free. You are light. You are carried by Spirit itself. Rest here now in this truth. Your wings are strong. Your spirit is free. And your abundance is assured. As you sit upon that glowing cloud, your golden wings folded gently behind you, Spirit whispers softly, there is more for you to see. There is a place prepared for you, a place where every need has already been met, a place where abundance is not a hope, but a reality. You lift your eyes, and there before you, rising high into the heavens, is a palace unlike anything your mind has ever conceived. It glimmers with light that seems to come from within its very walls. Pearlescent white, shimmering gold, sparkling jewels embedded into every archway. This is the palace of provision. Florence wrote, "The supply of spirit is inexhaustible and immediate." This palace is proof. It is not being built. It is not being prepared. It has always been here, complete, waiting for you to recognize its doors and walk inside. With a single breath, your wings unfurl once more, and you feel yourself gliding effortlessly toward it. As you approach, you notice that the air around you has changed. It is thicker, richer, humming with the vibration of divine wealth. There is music in this air, though no instruments are visible. It is the sound of harmony, the song of spirit's order and perfection. You land gently at the gates of this palace, gates so tall they seem to reach the very stars, yet they do not intimidate you. Instead, they welcome you. On them are engraved words of eternal truth. All that is mine by divine right is now released to me under grace. The gates swing open as if recognizing your presence, and you step forward into a reality that changes everything. Inside, the palace is breathtaking. Floors of crystal reflect golden light from towering chandeliers. Halls stretch endlessly, lined with doors carved with intricate symbols. Symbols that speak to your soul in a language beyond words. Spirit whispers. Each door represents an area of your life already provided for. Finances, health, relationships, creativity, purpose. All that you seek is stored here, waiting for you to claim it. Pause here. Let this image settle deeply within you. This palace is not a dream. It is a spiritual truth. Florence wrote, "There is a supply for every demand." That supply is not in some far-off future. It exists right now, in this palace that has always been yours. You take your first step forward, and the sound of your footsteps echoes like music, filling the grand hall. The light around you glows brighter, as if celebrating your arrival. Spirit says, "Beloved, welcome home. You have always had a place here. You are not a guest, you are a child of the King." As you walk, you see a grand staircase spiraling upward, each step glowing beneath your feet. You ascend slowly, reverently, feeling yourself drawn toward a massive set of double doors at the top. When you reach them, you place your hands upon the golden handles. They are warm, alive, pulsing with divine energy. With one gentle push, the doors swing open. You step into a throne room filled with light so pure, so radiant, that it feels like liquid gold pouring over your entire being. In the center of this throne room is a massive table, overflowing with riches beyond imagination. Jewels, treasures, gold coins, stacks of provision. Yet, as you look closer, you see that these riches are not merely material, they are spiritual. Each jewel represents wisdom, each coin represents opportunity, each treasure represents answered prayer. Spirit speaks again. This is your inheritance. Not because you have earned it, not because you have strived for it, but because you are mine. What is mine is yours. You feel tears forming in your eyes as you realize this truth. Abundance was never something to chase. It was always something to claim. Florence said, "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." Take a moment to see yourself now, standing in the very throne room of spirit, surrounded by infinite provision. Let yourself believe that this is not fantasy, but reality. This palace is the blueprint of your spiritual life, and everything in it has your name upon it. Spirit invites you closer to the table. As you walk forward, you notice that every item glows brighter as you approach, as if recognizing you as its rightful owner. You pick up a jewel and instantly feel wisdom flowing into your mind. Answers to problems you've been carrying for years suddenly become clear. You pick up a golden key, and Spirit whispers, "This key opens the doors to opportunities you thought were closed forever." You take a deep breath, and the atmosphere of the room fills you with peace, so deep it feels like a soft robe wrapping around your soul. Pause and let this moment settle. Now, Spirit beckons you to look around. All along the walls of this throne room are doors, each marked with your desires: health, wealth, relationships, purpose, joy. You walk to the first door labeled wealth and place your hand upon it. Instantly, a vision flashes before your eyes. You see streams of money flowing towards you, not because of hustle, not because of manipulation, but because you are aligned with spirit. You see your needs met with ease, your debts dissolved, your heart at peace. Florence said, "There is a divine plan for every man, and that plan is a pattern of perfect success. This door reveals that divine plan. Spirit has already arranged every connection, every resource, every breakthrough you will ever need. Your role is not to create the plan, but to walk in it." You move to the next door, marked Health. As you touch it, you feel warmth flowing through your body. You see yourself vibrant, strong, full of energy. Every cell glows with light. Spirit whispers, "Your body is my temple, and I restore it daily." You walk to Relationships. This door shows images of reconciliation, love, and harmony. Spirit says, "I am the great harmonizer. I make crooked paths straight. I restore what was broken and bless what is whole." Finally, you come to a door labeled Purpose. As you open it, a vision of your destiny unfolds before you. You see yourself walking boldly, confidently, fulfilling the work you were created to do. Spirit says, "This is why you are here. You are chosen, you are equipped, and I will supply every resource you need to fulfill your calling." You step back into the throne room, your heart overflowing with gratitude. Spirit smiles and says, "This palace is yours. It always has been. You are free to come here at any time in prayer, in meditation, in faith. Everything you see here is already yours in the spiritual realm, and it is now being released into your life in perfect timing." Florence wrote, "The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Man's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later, with astounding accuracy. This palace is proof that every good word you've spoken, every act of faith you've taken, every seed you've sown has returned multiplied. You are walking now in the harvest of your faith. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself sitting at the grand table. Spirit places a golden scroll before you. On it are written these words, 'All that is mine by divine right is now released to me under grace, in perfect ways.' Speak this out loud slowly and feel the shift happening in your spirit. Say it again. 'All that is mine by divine right is now released to me under grace, in perfect ways.' As you speak, you see streams of light flowing from the palace into your life on earth. These streams become opportunities, breakthroughs, miracles, and unexpected blessings. Spirit whispers, "You will not have to struggle to receive these things. You will only need to trust, for I have already gone before you to prepare the way." And now Spirit invites you to rise from the table and walk toward the balcony of the palace. You step outside, and the view takes your breath away. Below you is a vast, infinite kingdom stretching farther than your eyes can see. Rivers of gold wind through emerald valleys. Fields of blessing bloom endlessly. This is your inheritance, your spiritual reality. Spirit says, "Beloved, this is the truth of who you are. The palace is not separate from you. It is within you. It is the kingdom of God within, always accessible, always abundant. You never need to beg for supply. You only need to claim it. Let this truth wash over you. You are not a servant knocking on the door of blessing. You are an heir, standing in the palace that has always been yours." Florence wrote, "No man is your enemy, no man is your friend, every man is your teacher. Every challenge, every delay, every obstacle you faced was a teacher leading you here, preparing you to enter this palace with humility and gratitude." You take one more deep breath and open your arms wide on the balcony. The wind of Spirit rushes over you, carrying the fragrance of divine abundance. You feel your wings stir again, ready to carry you wherever Spirit leads. Spirit whispers softly, "You are free. You are blessed. You are my beloved. And this palace, this wealth, this peace, this is your natural state. Walk in it, speak from it, live in it." You step back inside, your heart overflowing. You know now that this vision will stay with you forever. Each time you close your eyes in faith, you can return here, to this palace of perfect provision. Say softly to yourself, "I live in the kingdom of abundance now. I walk in the palace of provision. I am richly supplied in all things." Pause, breathe. Let this truth settle deep into your subconscious, where it will work powerfully as you sleep tonight. You leave the grand throne room, your heart overflowing, your spirit glowing with the truth of your divine inheritance. Spirit whispers softly, "Beloved, there is yet another place I wish to show you. A place where miracles grow like flowers, a sacred sanctuary where every prayer you have ever spoken is already blooming." You follow this invitation, walking down a long, crystal hallway lined with light. The walls seem alive, glowing with a soft, golden radiance. Your footsteps make no sound, they feel weightless, as if you are gliding ahead. You see a great archway, its frame covered in living vines of emerald and silver. As you step through, you are greeted by a sight so breathtaking you pause, in awe, the Garden of Miracles. This is no ordinary garden. It stretches endlessly, filled with colors you've never seen before. Flowers shimmer like gemstones, ruby roses, sapphire lilies, emerald ferns swaying gently in a breeze that smells of heaven itself. There is a soft mist that glows with golden light, and you feel the air around you vibrating with peace, abundance, and divine love. Spirit says gently, "This is the garden of every seed of faith you have ever planted, every prayer whispered in tears, every word of gratitude spoken in faith, every declaration of abundance released into the universe. They are all here, blooming into reality." You step forward, and your heart begins to race with joy. You see a beautiful rose bush glowing brightly. Spirit whispers, "This represents the financial breakthrough you prayed for. See how radiant it is. It is ready to manifest." You kneel before it, breathing in its fragrance, and you feel peace wash over you as if the answer is already here, in your hands. Nearby, you see a tall, magnificent tree. Its branches are heavy with golden fruit, glowing like lanterns. Spirit says, "These are opportunities, divine connections, and blessings that are ripening even now. You will taste them soon, and they will be sweet to your soul." You walk deeper into this garden, your spirit overwhelmed by its beauty. Flowers of every shape and color line the pathways. Some are small, delicate, like prayers you whispered long ago and almost forgot. Yet here they are, growing strong and steady, because Spirit never forgets a single seed of faith. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "Every thought, every word is a seed." This garden is proof. Every thought of love has bloomed into radiant blossoms. Every declaration of faith has grown into towering trees of abundance. And even prayers spoken in fear have been lovingly transformed, pruned by Spirit's hand, until only beauty remains. You pause at a fountain in the center of the garden. It sparkles with water so clear it looks like liquid crystal. Spirit invites you to kneel beside it and dip your hands into the water. As you do, warmth floods your body, and you feel your spirit being cleansed of every trace of doubt and fear. Spirit says, "This is the living water of faith. Drink deeply." Every limitation is dissolving now. Every chain is breaking. Every part of you is being renewed. You drink, and peace fills your heart. Suddenly, you hear laughter. Not loud, but soft and sweet, like the sound of children playing. You turn and see angels, radiant and joyful, tending to the garden. They water the flowers, prune the trees, and scatter seeds that glow like stardust. Spirit explains, "These are the messengers of divine law, ensuring that every good seed you have planted grows in perfect order and timing." Pause here. Feel the atmosphere of this place. This garden is alive, vibrant, breathing with spirit. Every sound, every color, every fragrance speaks of abundance. You realize something powerful: miracles are not random or rare. They are as natural as flowers blooming, as inevitable as spring following winter. Florence wrote, "There is a supply for every demand. Here, that truth is visible. Every prayer has been heard. Every desire of your heart, when aligned with divine good, is growing here, flourishing beyond what you can imagine." You begin walking again, and Spirit leads you to a quiet corner of the garden where a small tree grows, glowing softly. Spirit whispers, "This tree represents your dreams, the ones you thought were too big, too impossible. They are not dead, they are alive. And now, you are ready to see them bloom." You place your hand on the trunk, and a rush of energy flows through you. In an instant, you see visions of yourself living those dreams, the home you prayed for, the financial freedom you longed for, the impact you desired to make in the world. Spirit says, "These dreams are not yours by accident. They were planted in your heart by me, and I never plant a seed I do not intend to grow. Tears fill your eyes as you realize the truth. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single prayer, not a single tear, not a single step of faith has been forgotten. Spirit has been tending this garden, nurturing every seed in perfect timing. You sit down on a bench made of white marble, its surface glowing with a soft, heavenly light. From this seat, you take in the entire garden, and you feel gratitude rising in your soul like a song. You whisper softly, "Thank you, Spirit, for every miracle growing here. Thank you for preparing this place for me. I trust your timing. I trust your plan. I trust your love." As you speak these words, the entire garden seems to respond. Flowers sway gently, trees shimmer with light, and the fountain sparkles brighter. Spirit whispers, "Gratitude is the water that makes miracles grow. Speak it often, and watch this garden flourish." You begin to see golden pathways forming through the garden, leading to doors carved into the hillsides. Spirit says, each door leads to a manifestation, a miracle that is ready to enter your physical life. Some are ready now, some will bloom in time, but all are yours. You rise from the bench and walk toward one of these doors. As you place your hand on it, you feel warmth flowing through you. Spirit whispers, "This door opens to the next breakthrough you need. Will you open it?" You nod and gently push. Light pours through the doorway, flooding the garden with radiance. You step inside and see glimpses of blessings already on their way, unexpected opportunities. Divine connections, financial provision, perfect health, restored relationships. Spirit says, "These are not wishes, they are certainties. They are already done in the spiritual realm. They are blooming here so that you may walk confidently in faith." You step back into the garden, your heart overflowing. Everywhere you look, you see miracles in motion. Even the smallest flowers represent prayers you thought were forgotten, yet Spirit has been nurturing them all along. You realize now that you never needed to worry. You never needed to strive. Spirit has been working behind the scenes in ways you could not see. Florence said, "When man knows the spiritual law, he brings into his life everything he desires." This garden is that law in action. It is living proof that your faith is not in vain. Spirit invites you to walk deeper into the garden, to a sacred grove filled with golden trees. In the center of this grove is a massive tree with roots glowing deep in the ground and branches stretching into the heavens. Spirit whispers, "This is the tree of divine supply. Its roots are planted in eternity. Its fruit is endless, and it belongs to you." You place your hand on the trunk, and waves of peace and power flow through you. Spirit says, "You will never be without. You will never be forsaken. You will never be left empty-handed. This is your inheritance, an endless supply of good, ready to manifest whenever you are ready to receive." You take a piece of glowing fruit from the tree and hold it close to your heart. In that moment, every fear of lack dissolves. You know now that you are supported by something far greater than yourself. The law of Spirit is perfect, and it never fails. You sit at the base of this tree, leaning against its glowing trunk. The garden feels like home, and you realize that it is. This is your inner sanctuary. You can return here anytime, in meditation, in prayer, in faith. Spirit whispers one final message. "Beloved, miracles are not far from you. They are growing all around you. They are blooming even now. Believe, and you shall see. Speak, and you shall receive. Rest, and you shall flourish." You close your eyes, breathing deeply, letting every word sink into your subconscious mind. This is more than a vision. It is your reality. The garden of miracles is alive within you, and its fruit will manifest in your life in divine order. Florence wrote, "There is a perfect plan for your life, and it will unfold with ease when you speak your word in faith." As you rest beneath this tree, you know that plan is already unfolding. The evidence is all around you. You rise to your feet one last time and look over the garden, glowing with divine light. You whisper softly, "Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this truth. Thank you for this abundance. I receive it fully now." You rise from the garden of miracles, your heart full of gratitude, your spirit shining with divine truth. Spirit whispers gently, "Beloved, there is one last place to see, One final revelation that will seal everything you have received tonight. Follow me. You begin walking along a golden path that winds through the garden, glowing softly under your feet. Each step feels light, effortless, as though the ground itself is carrying you forward. Ahead, you see a radiant light growing brighter and brighter. The closer you come, the more your heart begins to stir with awe. You sense this is the very center of the spiritual realm, the source of all supply, the seat of divine authority. And then, you see it. The throne of grace. It is not like any throne you've ever imagined. It is alive, pulsing with light that shimmers like liquid gold and silver. Around it are rivers of crystal, clear water flowing in every direction, and above it is a radiant crown of rainbow, colored light that fills the entire sky. The throne seems to breathe, radiating peace, power, and perfect love all at once. You feel an overwhelming sense of safety, as though every burden you've ever carried has completely dissolved in this holy place. Spirit speaks softly. This is the throne of grace, the seat of divine authority. This is where all things are decreed into being, where every prayer, every affirmation, every decree of faith is confirmed by Spirit and sent forth with power. Here, your words become law, for they align with my eternal word. You take a deep breath and step forward, feeling waves of peace washing over you. Angels surround the throne, their wings shimmering with every color of light. They bow their heads, not in sadness or fear, but in reverence and joy, as if they are celebrating your arrival. You realize something profound: you are welcome here. You are not an intruder or a stranger. This place was prepared for you before the foundation of the world. You kneel before the throne of grace, and Spirit whispers, "Beloved, you have come full circle. You have released your burdens. You have seen the palace of provision and the garden of miracles. Now, it is time for you to speak your decree, for what you declare here will be established in your life." You close your eyes, and in your spirit, you feel waves of divine authority rising within you. This is not human willpower. This is not positive thinking. This is the Christ within you, the divine presence that Florence Scovel Shinn wrote about so often. It is the part of you that is one with infinite spirit, one with divine law, one with the creator of all things. Florence wrote, "Your word is your wand. With it you can create or destroy. You can bless or you can curse. You can call into being that which is unseen and watch it manifest before your very eyes." Here at the throne of grace, you finally understand this truth. Spirit says, "Speak boldly, beloved, for your words here carry the weight of heaven." You take a deep breath, and with a calm, steady voice, you speak, "Infinite Spirit, I thank you for the divine plan of my life, which is now unfolding with grace and ease. I decree that every good and perfect gift with my name on it is finding me now. I declare that every door that belongs to me by divine right is opening wide. I release every burden to the Christ within and go free. I walk in the light of divine wealth, perfect health, and overflowing joy. I am supplied, I am guided, and I am divinely protected. Nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too wonderful to happen, and nothing is too glorious to last. I am now open and receptive to miracles, and I give thanks that it is already done." As you speak these words, the throne seems to pulse with light, as though every syllable has been absorbed and recorded in the very heart of Spirit. Angels begin to move swiftly, carrying your decree into every corner of the universe. You hear Spirit whisper, "It is done. It is law. It is yours." The atmosphere is electric now. You feel currents of divine power rushing through your entire being. Your heart beats in rhythm with the universe itself. Every cell of your body feels alive, renewed, energized with spiritual truth. You realize this is not just a vision or a meditation. This is reality. The throne of grace exists within you, and every time you align your words with Spirit, you speak from this place of absolute authority. Pause here. Take a deep breath and allow this truth to settle into your subconscious mind. Feel every doubt dissolving, every fear melting away. You are no longer begging for blessings. You are decreeing them. You are no longer asking if good will come. You are declaring that good is here now. Florence said, "A person can only receive what he sees himself receiving." Here at the throne, you see yourself living in overflow. You see yourself healed, blessed, and free. You see every area of your life touched by divine love. The throne glows brighter, and Spirit says, "Rise, beloved, you have spoken your decree. Now, walk in it." You stand slowly, and as you do, you feel a robe of light settle over your shoulders. It is dazzling white, shimmering with gold and silver threads. Spirit whispers, "This is your robe of righteousness. You wear it not because of your perfection, but because of my grace. You are covered in divine favor, clothed in the light of Spirit. Wherever you go, doors will open. Wherever you step, blessings will flow. You begin to walk away from the throne, but you know this is not truly leaving. This throne is within you now. This authority lives inside you. Spirit says softly, "You are a king and a priest in my kingdom." Your words carry weight. Use them to bless, to create, to heal, to call forth good. You step back into the crystal hallway, and you notice that the palace, the garden, the throne, they are all within you. They are not distant places. They are realms of consciousness, accessible at any time. As you walk, Spirit gives you a final vision. You see your own life as if from above. You see your home, your loved ones, your work, your finances, your dreams. But everything is glowing now, infused with divine light. You realize that nothing has changed physically yet, but everything has changed spiritually. The blueprint of your life has been rewritten. The manifestation is inevitable. Florence wrote, "Every great work, every big accomplishment, has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement." Spirit says, "Hold fast to what you have seen tonight. Even when appearances look dark, remember this throne. Remember your robe of light. Remember your authority. Your word is law." You feel a deep peace settle over you as you come to the end of this journey. Spirit says softly, "Beloved, rest now. You have sown the seeds. You have spoken the decree. Trust the process. The harvest is already on its way." You close your eyes and take a deep breath. In your heart, you feel yourself kneeling at that throne once again, whispering one final affirmation. "I am one with the Creator of the universe. I am one with infinite supply. I am one with divine wisdom and perfect timing. My life is unfolding exactly as it should, and I give thanks that it is already done." As you speak these words, you feel something powerful, a click, a shift, a release. It is as if a door has swung open and a great river of blessings is rushing toward you. You do not need to chase it. It is coming to you. It is already here. Spirit says one last time, "Rest, beloved. Live in faith. Speak with authority. For the law is perfect, and the law has made you free." The light begins to soften now, and you feel yourself returning to your physical body. Your breathing slows, your heart is calm, and you feel completely at peace. You carry the energy of this throne within you. You are a walking temple, a vessel of divine authority, a magnet for miracles. Florence Scovel wrote, "Your word is your wand. Tonight, you have spoken words that carry the power of Spirit. You have decreed abundance, and abundance is already here." Take one last deep breath and affirm softly, "Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for this throne. Thank you for this authority. I go forth now in peace, power, and divine supply." You open your eyes, and though you are back in your room, everything feels different. The air feels lighter. The atmosphere feels charged with possibility. And deep in your heart, you know the work is already done. The manifestation has already begun. Pause here and rest. Let this truth sink deep into your subconscious mind. Tonight, you have entered the throne room of Spirit. You have spoken your decree. You have sealed your destiny. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same.